All right, welcome back to Daybreak. Cayman 27 crews were recently in Cayman Brac, and web producer Kevin Watler checked in with artist Monte, who has a great passion, so let's hear about it.
Well, my passion for art started probably when I was in Louisiana with my grandfather. I was from Texas, but he gave me a Browning camera in 1964 where I was taking pictures, but it took a long time to get film developed. So I started sketching. And so I started sketching then about in high school, around 1974. I got in an art class and started actually painting, acrylic painting. And my art teacher just put me off to the side and I started doing paintings. This is 7 Mile Beach. This is looking south from Royal Palms. In 1986 I photographed it, and then in 1989 I painted 2 pictures together. This is looking south, and then the other picture is actually looking to the north from Royal Palms Beach. That's where Don Foster's had his dive operation back then. Sharks have been a passion of my whole life. Since I was a Boy Scout, I actually enjoyed making a scrapbook of sharks and studying sharks. And I first in the Army in 78 and 79 got to dive and do feeding frenzies of sharks, actually get them on film. And so I've had a passion for sharks. This particular piece is, I photographed this in 2006. We had come over in April of 2006 to bury my father-in-law. He was a Scot, and we buried him in West End. And it just so happened that weekend was the sea swim. On Saturday, they did the sea swim, and so I had the buoys out, and then we just started with the National Gallery here on the Brac, started a series on the beaches, going around photographing and actually doing sketches of the beaches and painting paintings, watercolor, and then I'd come back and I do actual larger paintings of the beaches. The challenges is getting the right balance in the color and the shapes where it causes an illusion to draw a person into the picture, to get your attention. That's the hardest thing to do. I've got about 56 paintings right now. Since I started painting again last September, since then I've done about 20 paintings, most of them being on canvas 18 by 24. Every Saturday morning I go with the National Gallery. We have a Saturday morning paint class that we do, and we sketch, and then we actually do our paintings, and most of my paintings have been on those. And so this was one of my first paintings that I've been working on, that we've only been doing beaches for 4 weeks. And so I go out and we sketch, and actually from the Kirkconnell's property, there's a nice picnic table, and that's where we've been painting for the last 3 weeks. And then one weekend we did fruit, but at the Alexandria. But this is where the beach comes in and out. You don't realize until you actually study the actual shoreline and are painting it that you actually see the beach going in and out. The main thing I love art right now is recording just God's beauty and His handiwork. I mean, God's paintbrush is every morning and every evening. I get up for sunrise every day, get to see the colors of the sun reflected on the trees, and the tree limbs, and the ocean, and sunsets the same way. Living on the bluff, there's a nice forest up here where I can see the reflection of the sunset in the trees and on the bark. It's really neat. Living on the Brac, it's real hard to sell. Last year we've only had one actual piece sell, and so I'm doing different things in the Grand Cayman now, and trying to find a market in Grand Cayman.
All right, you can certainly see his passion for Cayman Brac.